Hey guys, it's Team Kuribrohs here with Eoghan Casey, and what did you do today?
I came 7th in the war chest regional.
Sure, top 8. What did you play?
I played Magician Pendulum.
Sure, okay, we'll get right into the profile.
I played 3 double R's because it kind of searches like the trap and the spell, which are the best cards in the deck to pick, so
Fair enough.
it's pretty good. Played 3 Black Fang. They're not once per turn, so you can keep having them, and then if you have used that effect on a monster already, you can actually nearly swing for game on a lot of things.
Sure.
3 purple poison because it pops and it gives you enough damage to just kind of get over bigger things, like Joker can be bigger than a mass piece if it needs to be.
Cool.
3 harmonizing because it brings out another magician from the deck. It's a tuner, so like
It's everything you want it to be.
it's everything you want it to be. It's either a time star or an omega, like usually turn 1, like, which is all you need.
Sure.
So it's probably the best card to pendulum summon in the deck, like, because
Yeah, the best search off of the spell card as well.
yeah. And there's a 3 wisdom eye. No, sorry, a 3 wisdom eye. It's pretty good, especially with the spell on the field. It's just generates advantage. It's just it gets you nearly any scale from the deck. Mostly Oath Dragon, because Oath Dragon is just
Yeah, add it straight back so you have like something free for your extra.
it's a good as well because you turn 1 it's kind of hard to load up your extra deck, so you can't really get any extra pendulum summons because all of the dark spellcasters they need either a monster on your opponent's field or a battle to take place in order to do it, so they just can't get anything.
So having
They can't
something you can
pop
trigger
themselves.
turn 1 is kind of good.
Yeah, so this is pretty good, being able to get into extra deck turn 1. So then there's 3 Joker, pretty self-explanatory. It's
Joker, yeah.
It's Stratos,
Yeah.
but searches pendulum,
Stratos, but also
magician
pendulum,
monsters. So
yeah.
it's very good. It's usually actually a beat stick more than anything else.
Fair enough.
Then there's 2 Pensarks because it searches Stratos.
Sure, yeah.
So that's pretty good. Like it's a search that searches. Like it's free off a pendulum summon.
Also triggers all your guys as well, which is pretty
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. Like if you need to pop like sometimes you just end up with odd scales. If you like, I've ended up with an Oath Dragon and like a low scale, and you need to kind of clear it. So but this doesn't do it. But if
I get what you mean. I do understand.
it can do it if it needs to be like off. I don't think it actually can work.
That's fine, it's cool. We'll go.
2 Oath Dragon. As I said, like it just gives you back cards if you need them. So
Yeah, good recursion. Yeah.
very good
Low
recursion.
scale what you need. Fair enough.
It just if a lot of the time, like if you needed 1 extra card, like this will get it for you, and as well like it gets back harmonizing. Harmonizing can't be special summoned from the extra deck, so obviously you need to get it back in hand to spend on something. And with the new master rule, having more cards in hand better because you're limited to usually 1 extra deck summon per game, unless you have like a decode, which 1 astrograph. It's very good. Like, to be honest, I purposely swung into like kill murder in order for it to try and kill a light swarm today, and it didn't pop the card on my field. Like, and then I was able to summon this and attack for game. It was in time as well, so it was kind of very relevant. 2 Gofu. Probably wouldn't play this again. It's kind of just made a decode. I played a very condensed extra deck, so
Say that again.
then I played 1 of these boys and 2 of these boys.
Okay.
Probably wouldn't play this again either. It's just I saw the idea. I liked it. It works well with another card in the deck. I'll get into it in a minute. But this basically, if you can pitch it, if you can get this grave. It kind of just gives you free advantage, like, because you bring him out and then you can get to search this. This is a low scale. I actually did resolve its effect once today. It was to pop one of my scales. I needed to pop one of my scales, and I just see this. It was just handy at the time, but it just negates yourself. You don't do it.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay. Understandable.
1 maxi. Only hand trap I can afford at the moment, so it's all we're playing.
It's a good one though, yeah.
It's a very good one, yeah. 2 of the spell card. It just gets you more cards. I've seen a lot of players actually being scared of trying to even touch your scales while this is on the field. The scales themselves kind of tend to either like recur advantage or else like yeah, they all give advantages to scales. So it's very good that like they won't touch your scales, so they'll try and hit this first, so then your scales are kind of safer. It's kind of like soft protection, like, so
Fair enough.
it's nice that way. One foolish for the dark room. If you open this in the dark room, it just like it's +2. Well, it's +1 per se, but it's pretty good. This. Play 2 of these actually. They you can send dark room with it. It's pretty good. Like, but this is probably, as you can tell if you've seen the Patrick Holden list, he was kind of inspired by that, but it wasn't tested at all. So we kind of went into this event blind. So
Sure. I mean, it got you there in the end.
it got me there in the end. Yeah, like it shouldn't have. You'll see soon why I should not have done well. We played 3 Alliance.
Best search card.
It's very good. It searches this too, like, so it's a lot of times if you draw 2, you just want to search this and then pitch the other one.
Don't check into a spiral board. It's also pretty important. So
yeah. The only problem is if they have ash, like they won't have, like the ash this.
it's not too bad.
It's not too bad, but if they ash this, it's when you know you're going behind and it's not looking good for you.
That's fair.
I didn't have it ashed all day though, so it's kind of fine. 3 desires.
+1s are good, I hear.
+1s are good. Or it's a -9.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah.
Terrible card. And then 2 of the traps, because this is probably one of the more important cards in the deck.
That's the
one of the cards in the deck, Zaphion, where it comes up a lot. Like, it's a very good card at the moment. It's just kind of for, obviously not for Spiral. I was kind of going to the event not planning on beating Spiral per se, just because, as I said, no testing, no theories.
We also didn't think there'd be a lot there. So.
Yeah, there wasn't. No, to be honest, I only played 1 Spiral. The man taking the video right now, and he won the whole event. Like, but it's fine. I played most of your matches today, but this card's very good. Like Zaphion, you can target your own Zaphion if you have another pendulum. It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't. I can target my own cards.
You can target your own pendulums, but you can just send the card and field to grave and just draw a card.
Yeah, it's very good. Like, it's just
establishing it in the mirror match is just so good.
Yeah. Then for the extra deck,
it's really extensive extra deck.
The 1 proxy 1 decode for the Bogofu.
Okay.
I came up twice. It was okay. Basically, it was only in there for Gofu.
Fair enough.
I don't know if Gofu's good enough. It's just basically another big monster with a bit of a negation, kinda, not really.
Sure. Opening up 2 zones is okay, but like turn 1 you're not gonna be doing much anyway. So it's kind of iffy depending on how good it is.
Like more than anything else, like a lot of time you free up an extra zone for your opponent, which it has happened to me.
Yeah, that happens.
It's not good now. So. Then you play the two synchros, Omega and Spring King. I made the Spring King card once, and I made it at the wrong time. It's kind of all I can make. I made Omega a lot. I only had the 1 per se, but you only need the 1 because if it ever hits the grave, you just recur it with its own effects. So you can shuffle something back. Like oftentimes you can bring a trap back, like bringing the trap back really important, especially in like the mirrors and stuff, because it prevents them from using their trap on you. So it's pretty good. Then we play 4 XCs. I never made this today. To be honest, I didn't read it. Don't even know what it is. I made this twice and it did nothing. Time Star, I made it every single game.
Yeah.
Time Star is the best card in the deck.
It's the most important.
It protects scales. It causes it's actually really good as well because it's in the mirror matches a lot of time the purple poison. It's only over Joker, so you kind of need something that's bigger than 18.
Yeah.
And this is the only magician that is bigger than 18 per se, kind of that can get to affect the purple poison. So you just.
That's fair enough. I get it.
It's good.
Sure.
Then the one Dark Law.
This is for side decks.
I made it once. A bit of a funny story about that. Kind of wasn't thinking too much at the time. I was playing against Lightsworns and I was kind of like, the first game kind of went weird. His build was weird, so I was just like, I don't know. And then I really wasn't thinking. And he goes, active effect snow, and I goes, chain mass change 2. and then I summoned Darklaw. He goes, oh yeah, effect the snow, flip this. Only time I made it all day.
Wow.
Then for the side deck,
Sure.
I played 2 Ogre, because I own 2 Ogre. The side deck wasn't thought true at all. It was kind of like what cards I had, what seems okay. I put it in kind of because it's nice if they use it, like even in the Magician matchup, it's not great for hitting most of the scales, but it can, if you hit a Wisdom on it, it really puts them behind. Never came up. But
Sure. Yeah, no, I understand the reasoning.
yeah. 3 Denko, because I kind of expect to see Paleo. I didn't see any Paleo.
Yeah, it is Ireland. There's random stuff like that.
Yeah, just didn't see any, so
Yeah.
just didn't get played, didn't get put in.
Sure.
Probably the most played card in my extra deck was 3 Zaphion.
Yeah, I saw you hit somebody in the mirror match with this.
I was playing the mirror match, and your man didn't open great. He kind of ended up with 2 scales and 3 set back row. I just played Zaphion and attacked.
Kind of one from
you
that
can
point.
kind of guess what happened from there, but
6 cards to 1 seems a little bit unfair.
it's pretty good. I hit 2 to match stage 2. This was the only top preparation I put in for Spyro. Didn't draw it in the Spyro match. It didn't matter. It wouldn't have mattered anyway.
Fair enough. Okay.
Then Dark Overgeki. Board wipes are always good.
Yep.
But I didn't play them. They get put in. I played Lightsworns. I played 1 Lightsworn, 1 Spiral, and 3 Pendulum mirror matches. So the only cards that ever really went in were the 3 Zaphion and 3 discard.
Okay, of course.
My round 5 opponent asked me did I just want to not put them in and he'd take them out too, and I was like, sure. I made sure they were left on the table siding his invisible sight, because the inspired deck by this, the man who inspired this deck itself, he was a bit of a snake with that, and
We'll not get into that.
we'll take out some gins, will we? But
Sure.
yeah, so
That's the whole thing. Any shout out to one again?
shout out to Tom Keane for stealing my extra deck.
Yeah, we didn't just play 9 cards for the
Yeah,
laugh.
it wasn't because I decided that 9 cards were needed. It was because I could only get 9 cards when the event started. I probably would have played Tornado Dragon, Utopias, generics, because none of
course.
if you look at all the XEs I have, they're all specific. So playing the Dark Worm was probably the worst decision of my life, because this is the only card you can make.
God. Not great.
Especially with harmonizing. Harmonizing can only use other magicians to synchro summon as well.
Oh god,
So-
yeah. So it doesn't really work with the deck
Yeah,
that much.
really doesn't work. The Dark Worms came out every game because the deck was not thought through well.
Sure.
And the extra it was the idea itself was okay, but it was just the execution of not having the proper cards was bad.
Fair enough. Understandable.
Shout out to 1 card Denglong. We had big dinner today. Good results.
Fair, yeah. Shout out to the second best team in Ireland.
Yeah, it's like, probably the only other team in Ireland, to be honest.
Sure. We'll take that.
And shout out to the Kuribrohs, because they're cool guys.
Thank you very much. Alright, thanks for the profile here, Owen. Team Kuribrohs signing out.